Is the breakdown I was gonna do on USDJPY. I promised. Okay, so explaining why USDJPY fell for NFP and how you would have entered that trade. I actually called the trade, but I was not active when it happened because, funny enough, I slept off. But the evidence is there that I actually called it. So let's see. The first thing you need to get to, I don't look at the monthly time frame every single time, but in the case of USDJPY, I do, because where we are pulling from is a monthly level. So personally, I have three kind of POIs I use. In case you're watching me for the first time, I have three kinds of POI I use. I make use of order blocks, FVGs, and sell side and buy side liquidities. Okay, order blocks, FVGs, liquidity zones, like liquidity pools rather. These are my POIs I work with. I don't care about breakers. I don't care about inverted FVGs. I don't care about any of those. Okay. I don't care about daily open gap, weekly open gap, all those things. I don't care about them. So now this is my monthly time frame. This high that was created, we pull back into this area of demand. Okay, we pull back into this area of demand, went ahead and broke this, created this high. Now we pulled back. Now, as long as this high here did not break above here, we having price go below this low is not a change of character to the downside. Okay, as long as this high is here and it's not higher than this is just a sell side liquidity sweep, and it's going to what make it to the upside. That is, here becomes a draw. After we run here, all what price will do is to make it to the draw. So monthly bullish. What about weekly? So there is a principle I have in structure. If price runs a sell side liquidity, what happens on the monthly? What happens are new structures will start from there. Okay, though the weekly was bearish at some point, which is this change of character, and that's why here is a monthly high. So as price said traveling down around this liquidity pool, and we said going up, at first it's going to be like we are counter trading this weekly trend, but then they'll get to a point where there will be a change of character here on the daily time frame, which is this small red lines you see here, will become a new weekly high. Okay, here becomes a new weekly high. So it's not going to happen immediately. It's going to start small. First, in the 15 minutes, it's going to change character. From the 15 minutes changing character, it will happen that the market will keep progressing. The 4 hours will change character. When the 4 hours change character, the daily change character, and that's how we get to this point. Okay, so from here, it's going to look like this around here on the 15 minutes change of character. That will make that low become a 4-hour low, and the whole narrative will be weak counter trading the 4 hours till price breaks above an old 4-hour high. Then here is going to become daily low. You get it? And then when price does something like this, here becomes daily high, which is to be red, becomes daily high. And then when price takes out the daily high and then still breaks again, that becomes our first ever weekly high from this POI. So it might look very confusing, but those of my students in the Blue Kings Academy understand this, and you should join the mentorship to have clearer understanding of how to trade. But this is a clean breakdown. So it means this our bearish trend on the weekly is abandoned, and we're having a new trend from here, and this becomes a weekly high. So this is where we have to start from. Now that it's a weekly high, what do we do next? We are in that business of retracing into a weekly POI. Okay, is that business of tracing into a weekly POI, and then when we trace into a weekly POI, we can continue higher. But for now, this is the phase we are in, so we are going to keep selling. This is our draw, and this is where I actually posted it. Okay, I actually posted it on the community that is our draw. So you're going to see it before it happened. Okay, before I posted the whole analysis, right? Look at it here. This, see, this is my weekly time frame. This is weekly FVG slash DOL. So I'm not framing it because it's happening. This is something happening live. Okay, we're headed towards here. So on the daily, what's our next plan? On the daily, what's the trend? We are bearish. High, low, high. Then we took out this low. Now we are bearish, and we have not at that point. I think we have, right. Okay, let's do this here. So at this point, we have created a weekly low, which is red. So now we have created a weekly low, which is red. What's the next thing? If we retrace to a POI, we'll continue lower. So this is an order block we retraced to. So we want to watch the reaction on the order block, right? If you go to the 4 hours, this is why this is a daily low, because it led to a 4 hour change of character. My change of character, it's my 4 hour with green lines, green. So it caused a change of character on the 4 hours. So that's why here is red. So we see we plunge into this daily level, right? So what do we want from the daily level? We want what? A 15 minutes change of character to actually validate that high. Like a 4 hour high, and then that's how we normally also validate daily POIs with 15 minutes change of character, for it to also know if it's valid or not. Then you have to understand that new structures will start forming here. New 4 hour structures will start forming from this daily level now. You remember how new weekly structures here forming from monthly level, from monthly SSL grab here. We entered monthly SSL grab. If you check on the weekly, you find out that weekly structures, new structures started forming, new high. All this is abandoned. Exactly. That's how it is with daily. If price in daily POI, 4 hour structures start forming from there. It's always one step lower that will start forming. So we have new low here. We retraced. After we got a new low, which here we retraced, then we fell lower. Now we are fall lower. This is a break of structure. So a return to this rejection block is a POI. Okay, that's the point of interest. A rejection block is just this week. So as price got into the rejection block, what happened is that here becomes the next draw. Now this week was very terrible. Before we got to this draw, it was a tug of war. You get, so a tug of war. So now inside this 4 hour POI, what should we anticipate? Well, we should anticipate our entry model. What's our entry model? During our session, we want to see a 1 hour POI being attacked during our session. So this New York we trade. During our session, price ran Asian high here, attacked it, Asian high. So what I looked for was what 15 minutes change of character. That was what I looked for. That was my first trade on Thursday. He actually went to break even before the NFP one worked. So we wanted a change of character from there. After I saw this drop retracement, I knew that if we go below this low, price will keep selling. So I used sell stop here. I place it here. I place my stop loss there, and I place my TP here. That was 2.49 R. Do you see? I was activated as price dropped. We dance. I was patient, waited all night, we came very close to take profits, which is already more than 2 R, right? Exactly. We came close to take profit. I was expecting this low to get around. And why? Is because I was on a challenge that I had to know that, okay, if I get to this low, I would pass the challenge. So I was like just being patient, helped me to close at 2 R. So that was actually maybe greed. So I did not close. We reversed back to break even because at 2 hour I normally set my stop loss to entry, reverse back to break even. I knew that okay, NFP will do the trick. So how was I able to catch the NFP? It's simple. So in NFP, if you watch, one thing you need to know is that any POI that has been mitigated before, I don't care what it is, rejection block, FVG, OB, if it has been mitigated before and price has not gotten to that draw on liquidity that it needs to get to, that POI can be reused again. Yeah, as long as price has not got to this green line, it got close. Price going back to that 4 hour POI is not bad. It can be reused. And that you reusing it is by you finding what your entry model inside, which is what, again, during London, previous day high was swept, which is this high. That's the previous, was it previous day high? No, it wasn't. It was previous day New York Q zone high. It was run again during London of this day. So it means that has been attacked for the day. So when I come to my session, all I want to make use of is 15 minutes POI. So in the 15 minutes POI, you see we are dropping from here, low, lower lows. During our session, this is when we have price retrace from this lower low back inside the 15 minutes POI. Now, if there was no NFP, I'll look for my 3 minutes confirmation inside, which is 3 minutes market structure shifts or change of character inside for me to get in. I'll look for that. But the fact that it's NFP, I don't take trades before NFP. I would set a sell stop here so that the NFP can tag me in with force. So that was actually how it happened. Boom, and we fell. And that was what happened on USDJPY. If you have questions, leave a question on the comment section and they'll be answered in the best way I can. Peace and love.